Just coming in on Denny, trying to zone him out. He went Nightmare first, so, well, even if there was Enfeeble, it wouldn't really matter that much until Skywrath Mage now makes his way in. It's a Crypt Swarm for Denny in 2 seconds' time. Need a little bit more damage into Mad before they can consider getting a kill on the Crypt Swarm. But only level 1, it's not enough. It's not enough. So FNG is in fact now running. I'm not going to say a core Vengeful Spirit because this is not a core Vengeful Spirit. It's just the fact that you can throw a Vorst in. Oh, hello. Dendy. Crypt Swarm's only level 1. They got a Prophet TPing in, however, which means... Oh, no, he didn't finish the TP. There was enough damage from Funnick anyway. And he actually completely abandoned the bottom lane. Not taking any risks on that lane. Yeah, we will be doing a giveaway. We'll be doing our raffle. That'll be coming up during game 2. So you got some time. We'll do it. Oh, hello, middle lane. Nightmare, Clap, Dendy. He's too low right now. Prophet's going to TP in to try and make some space here, but it's too late for Funnick. And Arbin, able to pick up that first blood on the Brewmaster. He's already got the bottle coming out to him, and that's going to be a big advantage coming the way of Denial. They're still not winning fully on the CS because we got this jungle Doombringer that's happening at the moment. Her Vorst is up to level 3, and you've actually got 3.5 levels over on this Vengeful Spirit on the top lane. I don't think Soshka was really thinking he could be running into this. Now, the sacrifice has come. Obviously, Denny gets nailed for this. Also, Vanskor hasn't hit level 2 yet. He's been spending a lot of his time just trying to make sure he keeps a watchful eye over Dendy on the mid lane. Are they going to switch up their lanes here? The Doombringer could just be sent to the bottom lane with the Vengeful Spirit. They're already pretty high levels on both these heroes. So they could try and battle on that front. And Dendy is not enjoying this lane at all. I say that while he's ahead in the CS, but still, you gave over a first kill. She's not that bad. I thought the level difference would be bigger with the first spot. I know we're only 2.5 minutes in, but the time out of the lane should have taken a little bit more away from him, but instead, it's almost like the opposite. They're still neck and neck as far as experience goes. Which for a Brewmaster is not what you really want to have happen when you're capable of getting that first blood. As you're seeing Denny just prepping the way perfectly for that Crypt Swarm hit. It's going to send the bottle back as well after using all the charges. He could have held on to that for the 4-minute rune, but looks like he knows he can get it back and back out again before the 4-minute rune's going to go, which allows him to be a little bit more over-aggressive on that middle lane. Creep Wave's getting dragged down a little bit. It's Mad as well as Soshka that have taken the aggro. And that actually puts the Creep Wave into a really nice position for them. A lot further down the lane. They're actually going to TP in the Naga Siren now. So Zero. He's coming up. Prophet's going to TP. They need more help for this one. FNG gets it done over on bucking Mad. Mad, one more attack. Not enough damage after he gets a brain tap off. There's still going to be a 1-for-1 trade-off. Funnick was the man who got the experience. While, well, there's no ensnare. There's only mirror images. But that won't be enough to catch out Nature's Prophet, who TP'd in, then they bought a TP and went straight back out again. So a 1-for-1 trade-off. Navi probably losing out in that one, man, because of the amount of heroes they committed to it. Because it was still a support for a support. So Brewmaster will actually take the 4-minute rune. Then Denny's bringing the courier back to send the bottle back again. So the Brewmaster still not doing anywhere near as great in the CS as I thought he should be. Now, you got a Brewmaster against First Blood. You got, well, not the greatest rotating heroes, but you already got the upper hand in the middle lane. And Dendy is now just being, well, he's not even forced back. He just sits on his tower, he preps the Creep Wave, and then throws the Crypt Swarm when he wants to farm. And the Brewmaster can't come in close enough to really do anything against it. Because the second he wants to, he brings the Spirit in, he brings himself in, and then looks over at Dendy and goes, well, I can brawler you once, but if I do so, I come underneath the tower. And Dendy doesn't really care because he does this. Doesn't miss the last hits. Creep Wave comes onto the tower. Now he'll start missing out on a couple of the last hits until he does that. Crypt Swarm catches out too. There's a triple hero rotation here. Brewmaster, she's letting up the split for this too. Wave of Terror's in a fly. Skywrath Mage looking for some extra damage. He's lost his support hero. Vengeful Spirit's up in the air. And the Storm Bruling actually ends up blocking with the Creep Wave because it kept the aggro and then just blocked up this little small access point. And Navi could have potentially chased him down. So there's a second death coming in for Dendy. Well, it's definitely been a major focus of Denial to make sure this Death Prophet doesn't get out of hand. But what they're not controlling now is actually, well, Havost, who has face boots, and the fact that the Vengeful Spirit is walking around with 5.5 levels as well. So FNG's had himself a pretty damn good game here. Well, Funnick now able to soak up a little bit more experience on this bottom lane. About to crack level 6, which means Wrath of Nature will be coming online. FNG trying to outrun the Nagasara illusions. UTP back up to top lane, so Buckingman returns to the north.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
While Arbin's on the hunt. And Invis through, and he wants to find an injured Havost. And Havost doesn't want it to happen. He also missed the timing on the pull here. And now, well, Nightmare. Seal, however, from Vanscore. Nightmare will be taken off by him, allowing Havost to freely move. But that means Vanscore takes a lot of damage with the clamp. Havost, he's got a War Stomp available, but there's no other follow-up. He doesn't have his ultimate up just yet. And Navi just try and get some kind of collateral for the Skyrat death, and that's to push on the T1 tower in the mid. But they're backing up again. It's like Dendy also going to build into a face boot for the Death Prophet, as opposed to going for something more like the Yule Scepter. That's going to mean high movement speed. Bucking mad. There's your Magic Missile stun with a Crypt Swarm. He just came a little bit too close. Funny's going to TP in for this as well. Not a lot of mana, but once he goes up to high ground, they can summon an army of trees. But then he doesn't have level 8 yet. In fact, he kind of wants to have level 9, but because he went the extra point up in Crypt Swarm, as opposed to getting a point up in the ultimate, they can't attack this tower right now when really they want to. They'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Both the wave, as well as the tree and army, so they can beat into the tower, but there's triple TP support coming back for Denial. Now, they don't know if Denny has his ultimate or not, but at the same time, the fact that he hasn't used it yet is probably a pretty big indication that he does not actually have it. So now ET gets more space on the top lane. The man has almost got the highest amount of CS over on the Denial lineup, sitting at 36 for 5 right now on the top lane, and the fourth highest net worth overall.
Dire's top tower
is right now, attack. Navi's only got 1 in the top 3, and that's Dendy. The Doombringer's not far off, but this is also a Doombringer with Devour, who's sitting behind in net worth, trying to build into a hand of Midas. Hoping that doesn't hurt him later on. I say later on, actually I should say sooner, rather than later. They're coming in for kills, and this is Denial trying to force the issue. Now, there's a little bit of a seal available, as well as the Arcane Orbs. FNG very smartly TP's out. Vanscore, poor guy. He'll die at the tree lines, but the Eye of the Storm was used. There's a couple of spirits go out. And again, Navi, it seems to be really bad for them because, okay, there goes Nagasaran. It seems to be really bad because they keep losing heroes across the map, but every time a hero goes down, it's a support, apart from, obviously, the 2 deaths of Denny in the middle lane. It just seems to be the supports that cop the damage as opposed to the cause. So T1 tower goes down on the top. You got a DD Broodmaster on this bottom lane who does have split available, so the chance of getting a kill here is minimal. And all Navi want to do is get tower trade-offs. While up on top lane, FNG, Magic Missile. We got the swap back in again, and there's your basic attack damage from Dendy. Moving very quickly with those phase boots into range. And Funnick keeps pushing onto the tower. He's out of treants, however. And the pings are coming out from the other Titan saying, can we actually do something about this guy? The tower is within deny range. And Funnick, he's still going to come in through the rear. In fact, he's bringing a lot more friends. Vorst is down, and they're going to find the Nagasaran. Now remember, Brewmaster, he's sealed up. The War Stomp, they're going to kill him off before he splits. He doesn't have mana for it. He's short. He used his one charges, and he was still short because he went for the clamp first. So the bottom tower killed off by the Nature's Prophet, as well as the death of the Brewmaster, and Navi finally, they hit one of the big cores of Denial.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That slows up the Brewmaster Blink Dagger. He would have been really close to the money for that too. And Navi get themselves a bit of a break. So they end up trading the T1 for the T1 tower and getting themselves a core. Bucking mad on the run out of here. Prophet's got the ability to TP up. Actually, no, he doesn't. It's on cooldown at the moment. It's funny, it's just actually moved into the jungle to find the last bit of gold to get his glove up so he can get the full hand of Midas.
Middle tower is under attack.
I got 3 Dennies to choose from now. This Observer Ward, which Navi has kept planted, is watching all the movements from that top to the mid lane. Sentry Ward as well from the Denial line, just out of range of that, only just. And Denny, well, Crypt Swarm, little chip damage, and the creep waves can't push into this. with both Wave of Terror as well as Crypt Swarm, like with the negative armor, it's only 1 point, but it's still enough, and Vanscore could focus any hero that comes in a little bit too close. So they have to also give respect to that silence. But Navi can basically hold off most creep waves. Yeah, Denial have realized it too. They're going to back up. They don't have Song of the Siren, they don't have Fiend Script, so
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
the ability for Denial to move in and be the aggressors just isn't there right now. So instead, they rotate around and try and find another port. And that's going to be bottom lane. You got a Vorce down here. He's coming down just to pick up one creep for a Devour. And Mad, well, there goes your Nightmare. And a Vorce is trapped for the moment. He'll need a lot more help if he wants to survive this. Ensnare, Riptide, Scorched up at level 3. Maybe he doesn't need any help. He's very, very tanky, but giving over a little bit of damage. His movement speed is what's going to win this for him with both Phase Boots as well as Scorched Earth.
Dire's middle
Moves into the tree lines. Dandy with the Crypt Swarm to Mad. He's not looking too healthy. The clap will come. His snare as well. The Vorce will go down. He bought up most of the parts of his drums before death. But the view side of the storm, the Brewmaster doesn't have split right now because he's short of the mana. He's already walking back to base. And Navi try and capitalize. I called for 9 to 10 minutes. It looks like we're a little bit later than that, but it still works. It's Roshan coming the way of Navi. It's like the courier is also just hovering around, just watching what's going on. Takes the Staff of Wizardry off Dandy. He's going to hold on to that so Dandy can then finish up his Yule Scepter. He's going to give it the bottle and then take the Staff of Wizardry back. Dandy taking more time to swap his items over than I've ever seen before. FNG in this middle lane. Oh, Titan thinks he's got the advantage, and then all of a sudden, -4 on the armor. Is that still, yeah, the level 2 Wave of Terror. So Fiend Script is available. Brewmaster has Blink as well as Split. And Razor has Mech. So Denial of the perfect time for the fight. Problem is, until Denny has a Yule Scepter, he's not safe in this. They're going to trigger the Aegis Immortal already. Now, Navi need to make this worth it. The ET split's coming in. It's going to hit perfectly on Denny as he respawns up. And Dandy, well, that's 2 very, very quick deaths. He needed the Yule set before he could stay up that far. And Denial knew just how far they could push it.
Dire's middle tower is
Now
under
the tier
attack.
1 tower in middle lane, it will fall. The top tower, they're already TPing the Brewmaster up there. They know what they've got in the mid. There's nothing
middle
jeopardizing
tower
this.
has fallen.
As Navi have to back up. They're getting pushed on too many fronts. Funnick even started going into this build of like the early Blade Mail. Because he went the Hand of Midas, is switching things up now. My major concern right now is that Navi will be incapable of having enough damage output to deal with Denial's lineup. While Denial, like, their only problem is initiation. Like, the Bane's not going to be able to jump. Mad doesn't have that kind of money. He's sacrificing himself for it instead. They have to use the Naga, the ET, as well as the Brewmaster to be their full initiators. And the ET as well as the Naga. Well, that's a lot of, well, I say mana. The Naga has to use her ultimate, and the ET has to use Spirit into Stomp combo, but that's not going to catch out Navi most of the time. Now, Fortification's going to go. Then he's already triggered the ultimate. FNG's hovering around here. And they're moving back up. They can fight from the high ground, especially when Sochka walks up like this. Magic Missile, Mystic Flare as well. Sochka cannot tank that up.
Radiant's middle tower
He walked
has
into the
been
trap of
denied.
Navi. And the other Titan will go down while a Vorst and
Radiant's
Funnick,
bottom tower is
they
under
trigger a
attack.
drum charge, try and beat into the tower. FNG's also here. And the TP at the bottom lane was, well, it's there. It was the Brewmaster who TP and then just shift clicked his blink back. Almost looks like they cancelled the TP for a moment. But the tower's down low. But Denial, they want to attack. FNG, he found one outside. Dandy got the double silence off, so Matt, no Fiend Script available. FNG, though, back into the tree line where it's safe, while Naga holding Funnick in a forced in position. The Doom's already been triggered. Vanscore trying to run away from Giral. The Sprout will come down. The War Stomp from a Vorce means the 1 for, well, now 2 trade-off. As the Bane will also take a fall. And they're coming in, they'll take the tier 2 tower. And Navi, well, they can't push any further than this right now. They still don't have that Yule Scepter over on Denny. Vorce has used most of his mana. Which is going to be happy with what they've managed to achieve. I think that actually ended up being a 2-2 trade. Brewmaster takes Haystream, but it was Vanscore, Giral, and Bane that all went down. Okay. But Navi definitely sitting in a position where they're better than they were before. Where they were before, I kind of thought like Denial just needed one more team fight and the momentum would just completely snowball their way. With that big fight from Navi, they're looking good. And also, it was a really weird fight too. The fact that you actually got 2 heroes caught out in just this region here. They thought, all right, now Bane as well as the Razor could just fight whoever the hell they wanted to, but they got double silenced up, while the Naga was using Sleep to control up both Doom, like Havorst, as well as Funnick, back next to the tower. So there was control, but there was no follow-up. They just tried to keep them separated, but they couldn't capitalize on the time that the other 2 heroes of Navi were locked down by the Naga Sleep. And because of that, they don't get much. Arbin, he wants to go up. Dandy, now he's going to know there's a blink decker there. The split's going to go. He's got Eul Scepter available, and he'll go up before the rock can hit. And there's more support coming in from Navi. Dandy, quick silence over on the Bucking Mad. The support's now arrived. Secondary silence from Vanscore. He's got the Mystic Flare, but Mad's going to evade it. Then, however, FNG with the follow-up stump, but the Brewmaster Ollie is still going to work, and Dandy's going to buy back. This is the time when you're just going to fall back, and then until swap. FNG brings Bucking Man back in range of the tower. Vanscore low on life. The ET stomp actually bought a little bit more space here, especially when the Doom goes on the Brewmaster. The ET split it's not able to connect over on the Skywrath Mage. And Dural, he's point blank range here with Denny. He'll Eul Scepter up Denny, giving him protection from the Eye of the Storm, and making sure his Exorcism will do as much damage as it possibly could to the Razor without him having to risk anything. Buyback, very much worth it for Dandy. Again, getting killed off before he can really do anything. I'll have to know there's a ward there, because that was just Denny farming up. And Denial had every reason to go for that kill. They probably shouldn't have hung around as long as they did, however. Because that kind of like really restricted them. Mad's moved up. Oh, Vanscore. Mystic Flare. Right into Bucking Mad. This was an aggressive ward movement right now. Secondary orb as well as attack. Nightmare protection from Mad. 30 life points. He also got the Sig charges off, and with the Spirit stomped down, the Elder Titan buys space for Bucking Mad to retreat. He wanted an Observer ward in this little slot right here, or if he could potentially get up far enough, it would have been here, up on top of the cliff. But it was a ballsy mission from Mad. And he should be counting himself, well, I'd say lucky he didn't pay the ultimate price, but at the same time, his Nightmare timing was perfect, so he's very much happy with what happened. Alright, so how's Divorce looking? Walking around with a plate mail. Whoa, hello! Level 3 Necro book, 18 minutes in, so that answers that question about what he wanted to buy. Looks like he sold one of his null talismans in order to do it as well. And now Dandy, well, they found an opening. Eul Scepter up, the clamp split's already going to happen. FNG might be a little bit of trouble, but Matt's probably in more. The ET split will happen, but Prophet only bouncing through them all. Able to get the kill. FNG into the tree line. He does go down finally, while Funnick trying to battle up against Gerald. He already got the static link up, so he's got a lot of damage. Then he had to bring him down with the Crypt Swarm, and with his ultimate up, he needs a little bit more space. 2 seconds until he's got his Eul Scepter up, but it's not enough time. ET drops Spirit. They get the kill. Now the Mystic Flare comes in from Vanscore. Large amount of damage, but the load is shared between all of the Denial players. Vanscore, the tower goes down, so at least he gets that bit of damage at the back of him, while the Sprout, Naga, pops to sleep. Arbin has to wait for it. Havorst will come back up again. They just want to kill off Vanscore. He gets the seal off. Moving down, concussive shot, Vanscore! Bombed the space. They had the Naga sleep to set up for it. The Vanscore wasn't the one caught napping. Prophet will TP up, gets a perfect Sprout. They get the Treants on the other side too. Vanscore's still here. He's got enough for an orb attack. He's going to get sweet, sweet revenge. Except it's going to be Funnick who gets the last attack in there. Brilliant play from the Skywrath Mage. Denial are giving it everything they've got, but Navi is giving it better. Dandy, unfortunately, be the only sacrificial lamb that keeps happening in these engagements. Now, swap up by FNG. Mad's going to Nightmare him up, so they both stay there stunned. But it's Funnick who came in. He's got Wrath of Nature off cooldown. The Fiend Script, FNG. He's got nothing to stop this. The stop will come in. That actually slows down FNG into a brain sap then. And Navi, what they thought was going to be a quick pick-off, turned around by the fact that FNG used both Swap and Magic Missile and had no way to stop the Fiend Script, which is hilariously enough able to survive through the entire top engagement. So FNG and Vanscore team up again in the middle lane. They get their swap back off cooldown. Just a quick swap into a seal. You're able to get a large amount of control out of whoever you do find. Because then it's just into a ceiling like, well, what the hell do I do then? Magic Missile, you turn around, you throw that one out. And then Vanscore drops the Mystic Flare, and you find yourself a kill on not every single hero, but it should be. It'll definitely be possible on the Bane. You're killing him off before he's capable of brain sapping. Now push down the bottom lane of Lost. Well, he'll find Jural. Push the Doom off. Panic will summon the trees. They can see him in the tree line. He's got a TP available. Vanscore, he's holding on to the Mystic Flare, and Jural is just accepting his fate. You can't tank up that much. And now Navi's got a choice. They got the momentum on the bottom lane, but they have to defend the mid. Dendi is forced back, and FNG's pinging out to the tree line. I don't know if that's meant to be a ping out onto the wrong position, saying Roshan's up, or if it's a ping out saying, yo guys, like, look for a guy in the trees. But Denny's got an invis rune, so he just keeps up. He finds 3 heroes together. They mirror image. He's lucky there's no sentry wards around here. And now the clap. Seal's going to go over on Arbin Vanscore. He's just got to drop the Mystic Flare before he dies. Maybe something to kill a Brewmaster. Mad again with the Nightmare save. This time it's over on the Brewmaster. He'll get the split off Denny. No silence, and in fact getting Fiend Script. The swap, it was there from FNG. He gets Yule Scepter up and towards the air himself. Or at least the Brewling sending him up, and Dandy somehow surviving through this. He's got the movement speed to get up towards the high ground. His X system did some serious work, and now it's 2 heroes down for denial. The Crypt Swarm comes in from Dandy, taking him out at the last moment. The Brewmaster ultimate was ending. He takes the kill, he survives. FNG saved him to start with, stopping the Fiend Script from Mad. And no matter how hard Denial try, they just can't seem to get the lockdown control on these Navi heroes. Stump's going to clean him up again. Just slow him up again, I should say. The creep wave's coming back. Fortification. Naga does have sleep. They don't really have a great follow-up, however. Just plans to feel the creep wave down. What's coming out? That's a Scythe of Vice coming in here for Soshka. So the Elder Titan, instead of building a mech for his team, do they even have one? Yeah, they have a semi one on Mad, as well as a full one over on Jural. And they've actually doubled up. Maybe not the greatest thing in the world. Alright, so Roshan's being farmed up now. Voss just enjoying his freedom. Just Doom bringing down sitting at the highest net worth on the field. They got movement coming in from Mad. He just came in to check, and now he's going to lose his life. The Naga Illusions could have checked that. I'm not 100% certain what he was searching for, because the Observer Wall was already down. They knew that Navi was in there, but he has no way to scan into the pit with the Bane. So instead of just walking into the Navi lineup and giving him free gold, the Spirit's going to be in here. It could potentially stomp, but, well, now they've actually initiated out. FNG's got swap as well as stun, and they go on the Brewmaster. Naga Sleep will go Bison Space. That means the Planter Field and the ET ulti, however, do no damage whatsoever. Now, if Navi wanted, they could try and force for the kills. The Observer Ward's giving him the vision to chase it around, and they found the ET. Send him up and towards the air. The side of fights to go over on Voss, while Soshka into the stomp now, but Krob ulti will trigger, and Soshka is the man that's closest to it all. He'll go down first, and he coming back over. Jural, there's no silence that can actually help him out right now, but the X system damage, it needs to keep hitting in. Denny does get the double kill over onto the Razor. FNG hiding in the tree lines, away from the Brewmaster. Gets it done over the Naga Siren and Dendy. The ulti's still doing its work. Yule Scepter's up. Now the Seal's on the Brewmaster. Man is desperately trying to chase FNG. He hides in the tree lines. Then he got a triple kill. Now the stun. FNG earns himself up. He's away. He survives. I love this guy's VS. And it's GG. FNG running circles around Denial, and the French are in trouble. In game number 1 of this best of 3 of Navi versus Denial. FNG, give me more Vengeful of the Spirit. Oh, wonderful games. Wonderful, wonderful plays from him. Game number 1 goes the way of Navi, but stay tuned. We'll be back for game number 2 in a couple of moments' time. We'll be doing ourselves a rare giveaway too. 5 rares could possibly be yours, because if Dota 2 Lounge, all you need to be is subscribe to our Join Dota channel. So if you do wish to support us here at Join Dota, you can do so. I actually released an image yesterday over on my Twitter